Right outside, it was the best game of cat tries to catch a plane ever. Until... This wasn't here before. It must be what they made from those bones. Gnocchi wanted that plane. George wanted to help Gnocchi get down, but he couldn't reach her.
Just because it came apart doesn't mean it's ruined, George.
But maybe it mattered which bone went where.
All right, let's see my skeleton.
But we just ordered dessert.
Dessert?
Sorry.
Of course, this memory of mine. But I'm anxious to know how you've handled my precious bones.
George's skeleton didn't look as good as that other one, even though they looked almost the same before. If they looked the same, he could figure out where the bones belonged by using the other one as a guide.
So, am I forgetting anything? Or is it now time to see how you've taken care of my baby?
It's time. Oh, I'm nervous.
You have nothing to be nervous about whatsoever.
George had one side of the skeleton finished when he noticed both sides looked the same, except opposite. He could finish by matching the remaining bones to what he'd already done. Gnocchi wished this bone game would end so they could play something cats were good at.
I'll admit I'm worried. No one else but I has ever handled those bones before today.
Only our best people have been involved.
Oh, boy. Your best people are a monkey and a cat?
George!
Well, this isn't the skull we put on it. It seems George was switching them. I don't know why.
I do. The monkey's right.
The monkey's right?
That old skull never looked right. I think George has correctly matched the cranial structure. Now I wish I'd loaned this out years ago. I want George to check all my future work.
And that went on record as the first scientific discovery made by a monkey. Assisted by a cat from an Italian restaurant. George couldn't live in a tree and stay dry like he could in the house. Unless he had a tree house. The next morning, George got to work. He picked the perfect branch. He chose his material, cardboard, from the refrigerator box. He definitely needed something less bendy.
You like the new hen house I'm building?
Of course, George needed a plan.
Nice.
Armed with his handy monkey tool set, George was ready to build. So that's what the goggles were for. This wall needed something to hold it up while he nailed it down. Just one wall to go. But George was out of nails, and the only wood left was the piece he couldn't lift. Luckily, Mrs. Rankins told him he could have any wood he wanted. Mr. Quint wasn't home, but George had seen him get nails this way. George figured a treehouse didn't need a wood roof, especially since he was out of wood.
How do you like your new...
All fixed and solid as a roll.
Maybe you should have used nails.
Oh, I'm dying to know what you've been up to. Can I look yet? What is it? Is it a house? I mean, it's a house. You built your own tree house. Wow. I am very impressed. Say, where did you get all the wood and nails
George! Did you take my chicken's wall?
George, did you take nails from my dock? Because, look, I'm wet.
I'm sure it was a mistake. He'll give everything back. George?
Before he'd had a chance to make even one house rule, George had to take his treehouse apart.
Wait, I said you could have any nails you wanted. I could have been more specific.
Then I can make a new wall. That one looks like it belongs there.
Now George had a place where he made the rules. Rule number 1, you have to draw on the walls. And rule number 2, always butter your corn with your feet.
Oh, this isn't easy. House rules. I know. Okay.
Now George realized he had to get the feeder far from the tree trunk, so Jumpy couldn't jump to it. No squirrel could jump from the tree trunk all the way over here. Problem solved. Dropping straight down seemed dangerous. Then Jumpy discovered he had another choice. George wanted to stay here and watch happy birds eat. Jumpy was at home in trees, so George needed to move the feeder away from trees. But where? There was only one way to stop this squirrel. George stood guard, making sure the birds got their food. This worked. He didn't move from that spot till the feeder was empty. No squirrel could eat this much. What was he doing with it all? Jumpy wasn't eating the food. But why was he bringing it here? That's the bowl Bill always filled with squirrel food. Of course. Bill wasn't around to fill it, so Jumpy was doing it. So George brought over plenty of food, and Jumpy left the bird feeder alone. There had to be plenty of food, because Jumpy wasn't the only one dining. Even with no bunnies to feed, it turned out to be a pretty nice weekend in the country. Though this food was definitely for the birds.
It sure was a perfect hat. Who could resist trying it on? George wanted Compass to see him in the yellow hat. It'd only take a second. The hat was back home and still perfect. Almost. George removed the piece of branch as carefully as any surgeon working on any yellow hat could. Okay, there was just a tiny thread there. No problem. Maybe he needed to pull harder. Or maybe it had to be cut off. George had forgotten that the last time he used his safety scissors was to cut his strawberry jam and banana sandwich. It was only a small smudge. All he had to do was clean it off. This stiff brush got the grill sparkling like new every time, and the grill got dirtier than the hat. He may have scrubbed too hard. Gnocchi had never seen George look so worried. George showed her the problem, but cats think every wiggling finger is a game. They can't help it. Maybe he didn't need a new yellow hat. Maybe all he needed was something like a yellow hat. What would make a good hat? Good color. Not floppy, but too pointy. Perfect. If he wanted to be the man with the drippy yellow bag hat. The man with the yellow ice cream stick pyramid hat. The man with the yellow blow-up hat. Something like a yellow sock.
George, did Hunley drop by for a shower, or is one of our towels running away from home? George, where's my hat? Gnocchi, don't touch my clean hat. It has to be perfect for tonight. George, why does my hat have a tail and a hole?
George couldn't believe he didn't think of that.
You see? It looks great. All right, we've got to go. Did you take a bath?
Hat delivery from Notorious Cleaners. No, thank you. If everybody had a monkey, I'd be rich.
The hat was home. Everything was perfect. was a funny smell for a clean hat. Why, it smelled just like garbage.
George, don't go in there! Oh, if you threw something away by mistake, it'll be in the dumpster downstairs. Come on!
Which is what she was doing at that very second.
Uh-oh! Well, the garbage truck came. It's gone.
George? What are you doing here? Why aren't you home? Waiting for the hat. Oh, did it come already?
Empty cans meant the truck had already been here. Except that one.
You think I forgot to put those out? No. They pick up bottles and paper for recycling tomorrow. Trash goes straight to the landfill where they dump everything.
George had finally made it to the landfill, where all the trucks dumped their trash from the city. Finding one yellow hat in all this trash was gonna be impossible.
Without my yellow hat, I'm not me!
But George didn't know the meaning of the word impossible.
I found it in my truck. Who would throw out such a perfect hat?
I've wanted a hat like this ever since I saw a guy with a monkey wearing one.
Is that why you hired a monkey?
Huh?
I think he's looking for the hat.
George, you were supposed to put all these boxes in the trash. Oh, imagine if I'd thrown this out. How terrible would that have been? Okay, I want to go back. How's this? No, this. George, cut that out!
George did his part to help the man give his best smile.
Oh, man.
George thought it was a great picture. The hat looked perfect.
Touching all the flowers was definitely not as interesting as a bread and honey sandwich. Who'd be mean enough to take a monkey's snack? A bear. George had never seen a real live bear wandering around here before. The bee came back. It must have wanted to be friends.
No, George, a bee stung you. A bear didn't bite you. Besides, no one's seen a bear in these woods in over 20 years.
Hello again, George.
It's us, Mr. and Mrs. Rankins.
You want to see something really neat?
Why, look there.
Don't worry, we're protected.
George, you ever wonder why bees like to crawl inside colorful flowers?
Oh, they're gathering nectar. You can get close and watch.
Now, as the bees get their nectar, their legs transfer a fine substance called pollen from one flower to the next.
It helps more flowers to grow in the future.
Here at the hive, the nectar turns into the bees' food supply. Can you guess what it's called, George?
Honey, George. The same honey you like on your bread.
The bees make more than they can eat. That's where we get it. Here's another jar for you. Enjoy.
George was amazed something so tasty came from something he'd been afraid of. He wanted to say thanks.
Not too close, George. Bees will get angry if you disturb their hive. Now, Bill, you know there's a proper way to remove a hive.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get those bunnies somewhere safe and call professional bee removers, huh?
Ah, yup. That's a hive, all right. But I can't help you.
Why not?
Too many branches in the way. You'll have to get a tree trimmer to cut them before I go up there.
Oh, that is a good bear imitation.
Yeah, I was telling George earlier that nobody's seen a bear around here for... Whoa!
Is he gonna take the hive? What's he waiting for?
The bees are protecting their home. I suggest we wait in here until the bees disperse.
Have anything to eat around here? Animal control. I got a call about a bear in a yard up a tree. Wow, look at that. Nobody's seen a bear around here in 40 years.
Mm-hmm. All of us experts here and a hungry baby bear solved the whole problem.
You were right about the bear all along, George.
George hoped he would see the bear again someday. Maybe they could share another honey sandwich.
Okay, that takes care of the main course. I'll put the oven on high to speed things up. Next, please come up with something festive to break the ice after dinner. Oh, boy. It means Professor Wiseman wants us to entertain the guests. Is that smoke? Smoke? Oh, no! That was our dinner! Okay, we can handle this. I'll just go to Chef Biscetti's and buy another dinner. Oh, while I'm gone, can you try to make the desserts? You see, it's this snow on a mountain thing with blueberries and coconut.
George got right to work making the desserts. First, he scooped blueberries into a bowl. Then he sprinkled coconut on top. Perfect. Now all George had to do was make a lot more. Wouldn't it be great if there was a vending machine that could make dessert? Now for the test. It worked. And George figured if it worked for blueberries, it should also work for coconut. George's creation worked like a vending machine, but it didn't look like one. George finished his machine by making a serving slot for the bowls. Everything looked great. But who would turn the wheels? Even after a great Pescetti meal, the two groups were still poles apart.
We've got to get both groups to relax and mingle. Maybe the after-dinner entertainment will help?
Oops. I forgot all about that. Sorry. Right, dessert. Yes, George, we're ready.
May I have everyone's attention, please? I want to thank Professor Chilla de Winter and Professor Dewey Friesem.
I represent the North Pole, of course. The one on top of the world.
It all depends on how you hold the map.
Yes, well, thank you for joining us tonight. And may I just say, what is that?
Is that a vending machine?
Wow!
George's special dessert started with a special coin. Gnocchi's love of toys was exactly what the George-O-Matic needed.
Look at that.
That is amazing.
Wonderful. Thank you. Oh, why, this is snow on a mountain.
My mommy used to make that.
Mine too.
Oh, what do you mean you forgot the entertainment? This is perfect.
Look at you!
Look at you!
It's like the Arctic in here.
I'd say more like the Antarctic. Oh, frostbite and icicles. Snow is snow, right?
Right.
Put her there.
Happy to.
Well, George, thanks to you, Operation Snow Go is going. George?
As for George, he was busy perfecting his plans for the next George-O-Matic.
Thanks for the fun day,
Mr. Yellow Pants. It's too bad you didn't get a scarf, though. I bet I know what color you'd like.
Maybe next time. Hey, I have to finish some errands, George. I won't be long.
No. You have to pull it hard and fast. That's the only way to fix it. Like this. It's wrecked, all right.
George wondered if there was some way to knit the scarf back together.
Grandma, are you home? Grandma! Oh, yeah. Let's try the chicken coop.
Never leave yarn around where a jumpy squirrel can find it. Yarn makes a very soft nest.
Whoops, it escaped.
Well, when you find it, just give a holler.
Oh, it's gone, George. Completely, forever gone.
No yarn meant no scarf. George knew where he could get more yarn.
George would like some wool, please.
I'm afraid you'll have to wait till next year. I got 'em all shorn at the fair.
Maybe some other animal grew hair that George could turn into yarn. But Leslie's hair was much too short. The pigs had hardly any hair. And chickens have feathers instead of hair. Oh no, a sheep was escaping. Bo didn't seem to understand monkey. But he did understand this. Now, what was the whistle for help runaway sheep? George didn't know, so he guessed. Wrong guess. Now George wondered how to whistle, "Come back." Another wrong guess. George was suddenly wishing he'd paid more attention at the sheepdog competition. He tried every whistle he could think of to get Bo to turn the sheep around. None of them was right.
Been a slow day today.
You were saying?
Never mind.
The sheep ended up at George's house.
Hi, George. Anything interesting happen while I was gone? Oh, no. George? Don't worry, Mr. Rankins. Yes, we have your sheep, and they're all safe. George, could you get those sheep away from the tuba?
Go on, go on. Boy, am I grateful. That storm blew a bunch of trees down in the pasture. If George hadn't found shelter for the sheep, they might have gotten hurt.
Huh? You hear that, George? You're a hero, monkey.
We went to a friend's to get a thank you gift. Allie knew just what you wanted.
Wool! And lots of it. We can dye it any color you want.
I'll teach you how to knit. You'll have a new scarf in no time.
And that was how George not only made a new scarf for himself, but also one for the man with the yellow hat. A long scarf.
And I think you picked the right color.